Hey, what's up, everybody? Yours truly back in the space, back in the place once again, Mickey Smith Jr. And today, I want to talk to you about developing a management action plan for your personal. Now, I know I'm usually the guy you go to and speak to about the professional development, but the personal development is as important, if not even more essential than the professional, because it's the personal that creates the professional undercurrent that we're able to keep on going with. So today, I want to talk with you about what that looks like. Now, when we talk about the management action plan, I believe it starts with a sound foundation. It starts with just like when you think about a building, how they bring in the dirt or how they set the concrete for the building to be built upon. And that foundation is the result of three main things. It's declaring your desired goals. What are those goals that you desire? And for those people that have been following me for a while, you understand that when I say the desired goals, that focuses on the F, the faith, the family, the fitness, the finance, because I found that if those things are fixed, if those things are the foundation, then everything else can be built upon it in a sound fashion. So what do you want to accomplish in these areas? It's so important. I even have a graphic that I use for this, and you can see what that looks like, that quadrant of faith, family, fitness, and finance. What would you like to accomplish over the next 180 days? I say a sound 180 because a sound school year is 180 days. Once we establish this, then I challenge individuals to consider what is your XYZ. I want you to design your XYZ. That's your legacy statement. A few years back, I lost quite a few loved ones, individuals in my life. And it's not until you go to enough funerals and you hear the eulogy that you find out and you realize that our significance oftentimes is capsulated in these small statements, these ideas that are then shared with individuals. You think of even a tombstone where there's a phrase or a saying that somebody puts there. But what if we could actually focus in on those sayings and define our sound, so to speak, in our lifetime and not leave that for someone else to dictate a narrative? That's why this is so important. I call it the XYZ. XYZ is the legacy statement formula. So we do X, and what is X? X marks the spot. It's the intersection. Think about a scope for a gun, or when you got that intersection, that crossing. It's the intersection between your gift and your passion. That's what ultimately identifies your sound. So what are you gifted at? What are you passionate about? When you can find the intersection about those things that you are actually gifted and good at and those things that you care about, now we're operating in a powerful, powerful paradigm. We've shifted into a place of purpose. Now, the why is just that. The why is why we are doing what we do. Why are you doing it? It's your why. It's identifying your why, right? Who are you doing this for? What is this? Who is going to benefit? Who's going to be added value into their life by who you are? How can what you do make a difference to somebody else? That's the questions we ask. And then finally, Z is just that. It's the destination, destiny. It's so we can ultimately be a benefit. It's the end game. It's the result. I call it the XYZ. So I always challenge folks to consider we do what? We do X. What is X? Think about it like an algebraic formula. X is your gift and your passion. Okay, identifying that. I do that. Why? Okay, the why is who you're doing it for. Okay, what you're doing it for. It's your purpose, so to speak. And the Z is so that they can. Who is they? The why. So that they can ultimately. So if you break down my XYZ statements, they're simple. As an educator encourager, I provide keynotes and concerts to help educators keep on going with resilience and significance. So look how I did that. I provide keynotes and concerts. That's what I'm gifted for. That's what I'm passionate about. I do that specifically to help educators do what? Keep on going with resilience and significance. Look how simple that was. But I'm going to be honest, it took me a while to dig down into that. Now I'm going to be honest with you guys. As a band director, as a music educator, as a teacher, I engage, I educate, and I elevate every learner to excellence so that they know they're loved, valued, and wanted. I do that through music, by the way. So I'll say that again. I engage, educate, and elevate every learner to excellence through music so that they know they're loved, valued, and wanted. As a father, as a dad, I protect, I provide, and I parent William and Michaela so that they know their value and they reach their dreams. And then as a husband, I provide support and intimacy to Eugenia. So as a woman, she can follow her dreams As a mother, she can fulfill her duties. And as a wife, she can feel loved and desired. These are the things that I do. I want to challenge you today to consider, what is your XYZ statement? And then once you do that, now you're in a position to define your dreams. What are your dreams? Those are things that you want to see done. A lot of times we think of them New Year's resolutions, but I don't think resolutions work, but I believe dreams come true. I believe dreams come true. So set your intention. What do you want? What do you want in this thing called life? When you consider who you are, your XYZ, and you consider the things that are important to you, faith, family, fitness, and finance. Those things together, what do you see for yourself? And I want you to write those things down. Now, once you have those things written down, now it gives you a clearer perspective. Now you're achieving balance and clarity. Now you can take the steps. And I've never missed a step when I could see. It's only when I couldn't see that I missed the steps. Now we're in a position to do what I call distill the dreams. So we have the dreams, but I need you to distill them. How do we distill them? Well, I have some things that I do each and every day. I call it a sound check. I call it a challenge of the day. So in order to distill the dreams, the challenge of the day is each and every day I have a phrase that I coin or I post. If you follow me online, you can take my challenges and plug them into your purpose. But I just challenge folks each and every day to pick one thing to give yourself that push. Like today, I said, choose wisely. Choose who you're going to lock arms with. Choose who you're going to walk this thing called life with, because birds of a feather flock together. And if you show me your friends, I'm going to show you your future. These are the challenges that oftentimes I sent, these little ideas that we can take through our day. Now, what's the sound check? I'm going to show you in just a second. A sound check is an opportunity to be sound. And I'm going to break these things down each and every day for you. And then at the end of each day, or the beginning of each day, I do a dedication. I dedicate the day. So I want to break this down to you real quick. When I say see the sound, this is what it looks like. At the beginning, I have a challenge for myself. I write down how I'm going to see myself beyond myself. Okay. A lot of times too, I'll write the 5 things that are happening good. Why? Because I want to put my perspective to the positive. I want to see the possibility. I want to see what can be and not get consumed by the problems that are. And when you can push past the problems and see the possibility, it makes life sweeter. I need you to see beyond yourself. When you can see beyond yourself, when you can see beyond your problems, watch this. You also become available. Your availability increases. And those people that are available become value adders, right? And there are people that can see value as well, too. And when you can see value and add value, you become valuable. That's the perspective that we have to have if we're going to win in this season, because a lot of people are consumed by problems, but problems were never meant to be committed to. Only solutions. The problems were only meant to be recognized. Recognize the problems, but commit to the solution. How do I do that with my perspective? So I write down how I'm going to see myself beyond myself. I write down, well, you know what? Today I'm going to make a point to find a solution for 2 things. I'm going to make a point to be available and care for others, because when I do for others, the blessing comes back to me. When I pour my cup empty, it comes back twice as full. These challenges, it's better to give than to receive, right? Those types of things allow us to get a broader perspective and get a promise-based perspective and not a problem-based perspective. Next, I write down how I'm going to operate in optimism and excellence each and every day. And you have to be purposeful about that. I make a point to actually write down how I'm going to operate in optimism and excellence. I make a point. Oftentimes I'll say I'm going to change every negative thought that I have into a positive one. It doesn't mean that I'm being fake. It just means I'm making a choice, because good or bad, it's a choice. You determine the weather, whether or not something is. So for me, it may be something as simple as I'm going to say good morning to some folks today. I'm going to smile. I'm going when those challenges and those problems come into my mind, I'm going to negate those problems. I'm going to speak to the blessings and the benefits that I have. Small things that you can do. Maybe it's I'm going to pay for somebody's coffee in the drive-through line behind me. See, those little acts create long-standing benefits. Next, utilize all available resources. So when we talk about utilizing all available resources, it just simply means being active. Sometimes it's just doing a good deed for somebody else. And sometimes it's being a good steward of what you already have. So many times we miss the possibilities because we don't take the responsibilities of the here and the now. What do you have in this moment that if you take advantage of it, you'll change this moment forever? Those small things. Look in your room. How many times have we moved from one house to the next? You found clothes you hadn't worn. You're like, man, why haven't I ever worn this? Because we're so consumed with being consumers. Did you catch that? We're so consumed with being consumers, we're not good stewards of what we have. So I want to challenge you today to look again for the first time and ask yourself, what do I have right now? Instead of wishing for what I could have, what do I have right now that I can make the most of? And then lastly, nourishing relationships. Nourishing relationships. That's so powerful. Now, when I say nourishing relationships, it's the power of giving yourself the opportunity to prioritize the people that are the most important. I need you to prioritize the people that are most important, because when problems arise, oftentimes we then see the value of people. When our health fails, or when their health fails, or when they pass, we realize their value. But I want you to give folks their flowers while they can still smell them. I want you to spend the time that you can with them. And then once you do that, watch this. I dedicate each day in honor of something. So I dedicate this day and I write the day, whatever the day and the date is, to a particular person or a particular thing with a goal of, and I fill in the blank. Do you understand how much more powerful my day is? Because it has a level of intention. I started it off with vision, and from the vision came a level of intentionality. And now watch this, from the intentionality is going to come a level of consistency. Now, when I say the consistency, that means each and every day I have these daily devices that I use. Now, I want to challenge you to consider, what can you do to strengthen up your day? Each and every day has the potential to be incredibly strong, to be incredibly powerful and promising, but it only works when we work it. So let's look at what that looks like. So when we talk about this, it comes down to a few things. Watch. You can see I have this thing I made. It's called the Promise Compass. It's a powerful action tool. Each and every week, I set down, what are the 3 things that I'm going to do that point back to my ultimate dreams? Remember those dreams we did at the beginning? Those big dreams, those big ideas, those resolutions that seem to devolve or fade away because we don't put the focus on them. Each and every week, I write down 3 things. Why? Because whoever invented the pizza was a genius, but whoever invented the pizza slice was a god amongst men and women. What am I trying to tell you? That if you try to eat the whole pizza, you're going to choke or you're going to make a mess. And this is why most resolutions or New Year's goals fail, because the goal and the dream is too big. And you want a big dream. That's powerful. But the problem is we got to figure out a way to digest it. We got to figure out a way to ingest it. We got to figure out a way to distill the dream. And that comes with, like they say, eat an elephant one bite at a time. I write down 3 things that I'm going to do that point back to those big 3. Those big three at each and every week. And then watch this. After I write down those big 3 for the week, then I dump my brain. We carry too much anxiety each and every day. I dump my brain into this quality quadrant. Why do I call it a quality quadrant? Because I'm increasing the quality of my life by writing down the people that I need to see, the things I need to do, and the professional and the personal. And I just dump it. And there's something so therapeutic about writing. A lot of times we get so much into the digital, we're losing our sense of self. I want to write it down. I write it down. And watch this. When I'm then able to go back and scratch it out, it's powerful. Now, this book is pretty big, so it's not very mobile. I like that because it makes me come to a place. Sometimes we're too mobile. But I do that quality quadrant so that I can get the stuff out of my head because we're carrying too much. Then each and every day, watch this. Does this look familiar? There's that sound check we talked about before. Dictating and declaring the day, starting with that vision each and every day. And then I do my Monday brain dump. Okay, so when I wake up in the morning, I get everything out of my head that needs to be done. It's not necessarily a to-do list as much as it is a brain dump. Now, it can become a to-do list. Once I do those things, I'll scratch it out, but it's just therapeutic. It allows me to get it all out of my head. And now I get to start my day. And with each day, I identify 3 things that allow me to point back. Those 3 daily things allow me to point back to the 3 weekly things. Do you see how that happens? So each and every day, there's a level of intentionality that's working towards something. It has a sense of purpose. So I'm not planning out my day. I'm putting purpose into my day. And then thusly comes the planner. And now my steps, my action steps are a lot more purposeful and promising and rewarding because they're tied to something that is of great value. It's my hopes and my dreams. I'm literally getting to live out my dreams each and every day, where most people are just planning out their life. I'm living out my dreams. Why plan out your life when you can purpose out your life, when you can purpose out your dreams? This is the challenge I want to give to you today. And then at the end of the day, I go back and I ask myself, was I sound? I go back and I check those things, and I ask myself, was I a person of my word? Did I do the things I said I was going to do? Why? Because success is really our ability to make and keep promises. So the things that I said here, did I do them? And I check them out. Did I keep the dedication? And then I write down. I reflect what happened that day. I reflect each and every day, and I connect this in a powerful way, because now I'm able to make my daily actions connect to my daily big three, which also connect back to, as we said earlier, the weekly big three. I'm telling you, if you do this daily, you become personally and professionally aware. And then when I get to the end of the week, I do this each and every day. I'm creating a powerful narrative of my life and my progress. And at the end of the week, I like to do an after action review. End of the week, I go back and I write down, what were those big wins? What was those wins? What was those things? And then I rank the win. I write them down, and I circle them, and I rank them. I put the number system there, and then I go back and I write them down with my top five. And then I begin to do the after action review with simple questions. Okay. I review my prior weekly big three. How far did I get with the weekly big three? Did I get 100%? Did I get 50%? Then I list the lessons learned from each week. How could I do those things better? Okay. How will I adjust my behavior moving forward? And then I write down new weekly big threes for the following week. And I'm telling you, this has absolutely changed my life. It's allowed me to create a management action plan that thusly serves as a map, helping me make my next steps, my best steps, and ultimately my next sounds, my best sounds yet. And it's not just the audible sounds, but it's the internal significance that I get to enjoy each and every day. I enjoy each and every day, no matter what. I enjoy teaching each and every day, no matter what. Doesn't mean everything's perfect, but it gives me the promise that it's all working out for my good. And I think now in today's society, we need that now more than ever. Don't worry, it's just worry. Don't worry, it's just worry. But you have something greater than worry. You have a promise. Your sound will change this world, but only if you keep on going and having those steps, those management action steps that allow you to have a management action plan that puts you in position to win each and every day, making every day a Wednesday, WINS, is the key to keep on going this season. So I hope you'll join me. This is called the Promise Compass. You can find one online. Amazon is where they're at now. It's bulky. I'm going to go ahead and warn you, but it's done that purposely because it's meant to center you, and it brings you to a place, because we need to sit down sometimes. Sometimes we need to stop in order to keep on going. I hope this has been a benefit to you. I can't wait to see what your management action plan looks like, or if you elect to use mine. I promise you, having a plan is never a bad thing. Until next time, keep on going. See the sound. Find out more, MickeySmithJr.com.